Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to explain my energy project that I've been working on. So the topic that I chose is energy and transportation, and my three guiding questions are: what types of transportation can be used instead of cars to get around highly populated areas of the world for safety purposes and additional benefits? My second question is: in what ways does changing this transportation process allow us to use more or less energy? And my third question is, when changing the transportation process, what types of transportation can we swap with cars to use up the least amount of energy? And my sources are in the research document that I'll be turning in. The argument that I chose is why we should use different types of transportation to get around highly populated areas. So my first point from my sources is today's city transportation system is ineffective and inequitable. It consumes scarce and expensive space. The design assumption has for the past 50 to 100 years been that the private car is the dominant mode of transport. This has led to serious pollution and congestion of our large and growing cities. We need to drive a modal shift to alternative transportation modes. Cities need to plan to facilitate walking and cycling, firstly, supported by a backbone of various public transportation alternatives. My next point from my sources are: parked cars are used only 3% of the time on average. This seems even more of a major waste of valuable land. Therefore, the need for underground parking space in connection to apartment buildings is driving up the cost for the apartments, even for those without parking. Parking garages have the potential to be converted to inexpensive housing. The city should be for people and not big metal boxes. My next point is, to put it simply, cars are terrible for the environment. Before they even manage to get on the road, gas-powered vehicles consume a ton of energy. The automotive production process uses materials like steel, glass, rubber, plastic, and paint. And once the machines make it off the assembly line, things get worse. My next point from my sources is the 5 alternative transportation methods that are greener than cars. Number 1 is bikes. A bicycle is one of the more practical, cost-effective, and eco-friendly options that give off no emissions, require no car insurance or gas, and very little maintenance. And you don't have to opt for expensive parking. The next one is motorcycles. Perhaps you need something with a little more power. While a motorcycle isn't exactly a green choice, per se, it's a whole lot more efficient than a massive SUV or a truck. Walking. If you live in an urban area where your housing, job, supermarket, and other amenities are within a few city blocks, you might be able to get away with walking. And since you'll be burning enough calories already, you can go ahead and ditch that expensive gym membership. The next one is carpooling. Households used to get along fine with one car. Why do we need 2 or 3 vehicles per household? If you carpool with one another, you can reduce your dependence on multiple cars and enjoy more time together. And the last one is hybrid and electric vehicles. If you must own a vehicle, make it a hybrid or electric one. These options are considerably more eco-friendly and surprisingly powerful and efficient. Given the increasing competition in the marketplace, costs are coming down and options getting more varied. And my next point from my sources is, the bicycle is a tremendously efficient means of transportation. In fact, cycling is more efficient than any other method of travel, including walking. The 1 billion bicycles in the world are a testament to its effectiveness. The engine for this efficient mode of transport is the human body. Because bodies are fueled by food, diet plays an important role in how the body performs. Different muscle groups and types provide the power. Genetic inheritance, intensive training, and a competitive drive to help top athletes push the boundaries of endurance and speed on the bicycle helps. And my last point is, transportation is now the largest source of carbon emissions in the United States. In many U.S. cities and towns, the personal automobile is the single greatest polluter because emissions from millions of vehicles on the road add up. To reduce greenhouse gas emissions, individuals can use cleaner modes of transportation to get around, from public transit to biking and walking. And some of my evidence that I chose is that it's cost friendly. The average bike costs $350 and there's no gas price fee. The average car can cost anywhere in the thousands range, and that is without gas prices. And walking is even free. The average electric scooter costs $800 to $1,000, so definitely more pricey, but it requires only a small electric car charge and doesn't need gas, and compared to gas prices is fairly good. Another piece of evidence is that it's safer. By people using bikes, walking, or electric scooters, it minimizes the space a car takes up, which allows for less traffic and accidents. Bikes and etc. allow people to have more control and quickly stop. There's no blind spots while riding a bike, walking, or riding an electric scooter, which is nice because I know I've been close because those blind spots. And my last evidence is that it's eco-friendly. Bikes, walking, and scooters don't emit a dangerous carbon gas that is detrimental to our environment because they don't need gas to be powered. And the physics topics that I decided to connect in with my energy project. So this is just some of my points. In choosing between different better transportations than a car, I found myself asking the question, which mode of transportation has the most power and will be the most efficient from a human walking or biking? Because those are the two, I think, main and safer and least costly modes of transportation. So I decided to choose walking and biking. I chose these two specific modes because they require no charge of battery or gas. We can use the power equation to find out how much power we use in each. Power equals energy divided by time. So 100 calories will power a bicyclist for 3 miles, but it will power someone walking only 280 feet. With the information above, that tells us that bicycling is obviously faster than walking, which means it will take less time to reach the destination. The energy used will be the same because we are going to the same place in this scenario. So we can take the energy and divide it by the time and get our power. So in conclusion, bicycling has the most power because it takes up the least amount of time, so it is more efficient. And yeah, that's my energy project. Thank you for listening.